"300 versus 135,000, the deadliest prank in military history." The hook: forget the Spartans. When I say 300 warriors against an empire, you think of Sparta, right? The muscles, the spears, the heroic death at Thermopylae? Forget it. That's child's play compared to what I'm about to show you. The Spartans had shields and training. Today's story? It's about a group of farmers who used clay pots, torches, and a massive psychological glitch to wipe out 135,000 elite soldiers without firing a single arrow. Imagine the odds: 1 versus 450. It wasn't a battle. It was the most genius night ambush in human history. The ODDS, cutting the army. It's the 12th century BC. The Midianite coalition has invaded Israel. Records say they were thick as locusts, with camels as numerous as the sand on the seashore. Total count: 135,000 troops. On the other side, we have Gideon. He's not a general. He's a terrified farmer. He manages to gather 32,000 men, still outnumbered 4-1. But then things get weird. His intelligence source, God, tells him, too many people. If you win, you'll take the credit. Cut the numbers. Gideon sends home anyone who's scared. 22,000 walk away. Then he filters them based on how they drink water. If they put their face in the water like a dog, they're out. If they scoop it up while keeping their eyes on the horizon, they stay. Result: only 300 men left. 300 guys against a city-sized army. 3. The weapons, the ultimate deception. If you're the commander of 300 men, will you give them the best swords? Heavy armor? No. Gideon hands out props: a trumpet, a jar, and a hidden torch. This wasn't a combat loadout. It was a stage play. Gideon's plan was a masterclass in psychological warfare. He knew he couldn't win with muscle, so he chose to attack the one thing every soldier fears: the unknown. He struck at midnight, the exact moment when the human brain is most vulnerable to panic. The ambush: chaos in the dark. The 300 men surround the camp. 135,000 enemies are sleeping, unaware that death is standing 10 feet from their tents. Gideon gives the signal. Imagine being a Midianite soldier. You wake up to the sound of shattering glass, war trumpets screaming from every direction, and fire surrounding you. In the dark, your brain can't do math. 300 torches? In their minds, every torch represented an entire company of soldiers. They thought they were being hit by tens of thousands of elite troops. Here's the genius: Gideon's 300 never moved. They just stood there, blowing horns and holding fire. They didn't have to fight. Panic spread like a virus. In the pitch black, the Midianites couldn't tell friend from foe. They drew their swords and began slaughtering each other. The 135,000-man army collapsed from the inside out. The conclusion: why it matters. The battle was over before the sun came up. A superpower was dismantled by noise and light. Why is this better than the Spartan myth? Because it proves that in war, and in life, strategy beats brute force every single time. Gideon used the art of deception thousands of years before Sun Tzu ever wrote it down. He turned his enemy's own fear into his greatest ally. Call to action. This is the ultimate proof that you don't need the biggest army to win. You just need the better plan. Now, I want to hear from you. Is this the greatest troll in military history? Or do you know a better one? If you were Gideon, would you have the guts to stand there with a clay jar while 135,000 soldiers charged? Let's argue in the comments. Hit that like button if you love these deep dives into history's most insane battles. Subscribe and hit the bell. Next week, we're latte debunking another historical myth you were taught in school. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.